My goal with this whole program is to keep it simple. There is so much information out there, and there's so much BS out there when it comes down to fitness and nutrition. And I get it, I understand it, I understand what people are doing, and like if that's the way they want to go about it, then that's fine. But I'm telling you that you don't need a bunch of fancy stuff. The whole process is not that complicated. It's not easy, but it is not complicated. It's actually pretty simple. You need to do like 7 things. You need to drink water, stay hydrated. You need to get adequate rest. You need to exercise enough for whatever it is that you're attempting to do, which is going to vary. Like if you just want to lose a couple pounds, that's completely different than if you want to start running marathons or be a bodybuilder or whatever. So you've got to do the exercise that's required to achieve what it is that you want to achieve. Eat a healthy breakfast, lunch, and dinner, and a snack or something. Figure out how you're going to structure your meals, and really that's all there is to it. It's not any more complicated than that. It's learning how to do it correctly. It's learning how to exercise correctly. It's learning how to put your meals together and how to get your nutrition, dialed in correctly for you as an individual. Because one thing might work for you and it may not work for somebody else. But that's all you have to do. You just have to exercise enough. You have to get some sleep, good sleep. Stay hydrated. Don't be eating a bunch of crap all the time. And figure out your meals and have a healthy breakfast, lunch, and dinner. That's all it is. It just takes effort. Effort is the variable that nobody can give to you. You can buy all the supplements in the world, but if you do not do the work, if you don't pay the price, then it's never going to happen. In life, everything that we want has a cost attached to it. And you either pay the price to obtain that thing, or you do not. The fitness journey, that whole entire thing is like the best way to really start to understand the truth behind that. You are responsible for you. You are accountable for you. The price doesn't care if you're tired. It doesn't care if you want to sleep. It doesn't care if you don't have time. It doesn't care if you're sad. It doesn't care if you feel like it or not. If you're waiting to be motivated, or waiting until the day that you wake up and you think, man, I feel like working out today. I feel like going for a run today. It's never going to happen. You're never going to just magically wake up and just be ready. You have to get started. You have to do it. Whether you feel like it, whether you don't, it does not matter. If you want to go out and you want to run a mile and you have to cry the whole time, that's fine. I've been there. It's part of it. The price does not care. And that is that way with everything in life. Nobody cares about how you feel about things. Not really. Especially the thing that you want. It doesn't care. All it cares is that the price is paid. So my goal is to help you learn how to calculate that cost for yourself so that you know what it is that you have to pay moving forward. And then you can make it manageable. You can break that up into one day at a time, into one step at a time. And then once you know what it does take, or what it is truly going to take, if you decide that you're not willing to pay that price, then that's fine. But don't complain for the rest of your life that you are not willing to pay it once you find out what it was. Today, in this moment, the price is probably more than you are able to pay. Otherwise, you probably would have done it already. But that does not mean that if you start to progress and you have some growth in your life and you move forward and you try, that 6 months from now you aren't capable of paying that, or a year from now. For me, man, it took me 10 years. 10 years of like never giving up, never quitting, just to get in the shape where I could even try to do what it is that I set out to do. So you can't just quit because it doesn't work day one, or because it doesn't work on the first week or the first month. It takes time, and you have to have some patience, but you also have to have some like tenacity, man, and some grit and some resiliency. This is a fight. It is a fight. But once you figure out how to win this fight, that fight with yourself, everything outside of that becomes easier. The price has to be paid. Regardless. Point blank, that's it. And you either pay it or you don't. If you feel like it, if you don't. If you're tired, if you're hungry, if you're hot, if you're cold, doesn't matter. None of those variables even matter. You have to do what is required to get what you want in this life. Nobody else can hand this to you. Nobody can do your push-ups for you. Nobody can do your pull-ups for you. Nobody can monitor what you're eating. You know, you have to make those decisions, and you have to become accountable. You have to do it for you, and you should do it for you. Because everything that you learn on this journey will translate into every other aspect of your life, and it will make it better all the way around. And you should. For you, for your kids, for your family, for strangers that you come in contact with. Everyone deserves to have the best version of ourselves that we can possibly be. So, get started. Stop putting it off. Get to work.